Hi, welcome to Key Skill 1 of the Logarithms course. The first and most important thing that we're going to do is answer the question, what is a logarithm? When I started learning logarithms, it really blew my mind. So I hope I'm going to explain this to you really clearly. We're used to answering questions like this. One of the first things you'll learn in primary school is your powers. So you'll be asked something like, what is 3 squared? And you need to know that the answer is 9. Or what is 5 squared? And you need to know that the answer is 25. When we studied indices, we did kind of more complicated questions like this. What is 36 power a half? Or we did 1/10 to the -1. So we're used to be given a big number and a little power, and we have to find the answer. Logarithm is the reverse of this. So if I wanted to answer this question here, what I would effectively need to ask myself is, which power of 3 gives me an answer of 27? So that is 3 power 3 is 27. So think about it, 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 again is 27. Let's try another example here. 4 power what is 64? So we know that 4 power 1 is 4, 4 power 2 is 16, and 4 power 3 is going to be 64. So we can put in here a 3. The third power of 4 is 64. It's sometimes also useful to rewrite this part here of the logarithm. So if I write this as 4 power 3, I can see that the answer to this logarithm is going to be 3. If you're not sure, another way to lay it out is going to be as follows. This method was taught to me when I was first a teacher and I was teaching in Germany. I had a student called Max, and he had this great way of remembering how to do this. So imagine that we call this x. We want to find out x, right? He always told me that the little guy, so this is the little guy, upper cuff. Imagine this upper cuff is this punch where you punch someone in the chin like this. The little guy, upper cuff, so it punches the x into the air. So you get an equation that looks like this. 64 is equal to 4 power x. And that's where it becomes useful to write 64 is 4 power 3 is 4 power x, so that you can see 3 is equal to x. So remember that, guys. The little guy punches the big guy in the nose, on the chin, and puts him up into the air. Max, if you're watching, Dankeschön. I always remembered that. Now let's try that same approach here. Why don't we call this x? So we can say a quarter is equal to 2 power x. Now this is exactly why I've told you to go back and recap indices before you do these type of questions. We need to think about our rules for indices here. So 4 is 2 squared, so that's 2 to the x. And because it's 1 over, we can change that to 2 to the -2 is equal to 2 to the x. Therefore, -2 is equal to x. So 2 to the power of -2 is a quarter. So that's the question you need to always ask yourself. Which power of 2 would give me the answer of a quarter? So we're going to use the same method with the uppercut. Someone in my crew just stopped me and told me it's not uppercut, it's uppercut. We're going to use exactly that same method here. So the 25 is going to stay where it is, and the 125 is going to uppercut and punch the x up into the air. Now we're back to everything we learned on the indices course. We need to pick a base for 25 and 125. So think to yourself, which base would you pick? The only choice would be 5, because 5 power 1 is 5. Okay, that's not so helpful. But 5 squared, or 5 power 2, is 25, and 5 power 3 is 125. So we're going to change both 25 and 125. for powers of 5 so that everything is matching. Now, in our case, whenever you make a substitution like this, you want to put it inside a bracket. That's super important, okay? Because remember, our brackets mean we should multiply. Now we've got 5 to the 2 equals 5 to the 3x. So we know 2 equals to 3x and x equals 2 over 3. Okay, done. Boom. Last one in this key skill, we're going to use the same method. A punches 3 up in the air. So what cubed is 27? Something cubed is 27. And the answer is, well, you could do this intermittent step. The cube root of 27 is A, and A is 3. That's key skill 1 done. Okay, we're going to start looking at the rules for logarithms in the next key skill. So stick around and I'll see you in key skill 2.